Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I am playing Final Fantasy 14. Last episode we did... I think, did we start with with the Gridania jobs, or were we continuing? I think we just started with them. In any case, today we're going to continue. When it comes to the hunting log stuff, there was some stuff in the East Shroud to finish off some of these, so if I need to go to the East Shroud, I'll go and do that. Off we go. There's also this quest which I have done off camera because I needed to enter the lavender beds, which is where my main character's private estate is, so might as well just finish it. There's nothing super interesting, it's just like a basic introduction to the housing area called the Lavender Beds. So I can now just teleport there without too many issues. Right. Now then, let us go and hit the targets. Good old break them targets. Archery butt. You shot me right in the butt with an arrow. Oh my. Oh, I need that hornet swarm. Let me kill it. Kill it real good. There we go. I've been wondering something though. Huh. Okay. So that's just from the next tier of enemies. The next tier of anime. Enemy and anime, I have no idea why, but I keep like... Whenever I say enemy, I always have to think of anime. I wonder why. The funny thing is, I actually don't like lately in any case. It's not like I've been watching a lot of anime. I guess it's just a meme. A meme. Right, should be the final Hornet Swarm there to kill. And then we are done with them. As I level up again. Shoot it. There we go. Shoot her! And then there's also you. Didn't really want to run into you, but you're here now, so... Not like I can do much about it. There we go. Right. Let me see, can I equip something else now? Oh yeah. There we go. This is for Spear of the Fearless. I sure wonder which class I'm gonna have to play. Does status Leia? Did I like not get to the Conjurer quest or something? I may have not gotten that one yet, but yeah. We'll get there. Whatever. You feel a ravenous gaze. The enemy should feel a ravenous gaze. It's so interesting seeing all of these people in the early game. Because like this is something that you definitely see when you're like doing stuff like this. You run into a lot of people, but when you're not doing stuff like this, I feel like you don't really run into a lot of people on the field. Right, so trial by wind, oh I see. Off we go. To the yeast. Speaking of the yeast, there'll be some enemies over here too. Let's see, because I need a northern vulture in the honey yard. and 3 slug. So both in the honey yard. Tree slug. So both in the honey yard. Honey, honey. There are the vultures. Let's fuck him up. Or sure as hell try. With my ultimate attack. Normal stone. Yay. Normal stone feels so bad. It's the worst. It really just feels like you're throwing a pebble at the enemy. I don't know. I think I said that like the last couple of days to like everybody that I know in this game. It's like, man, normal stone sucks. Makes sense though. I am but a lowly conjurer. I am not a level almost 90 white mage as my other character is. I also keep forgetting that I have to go and make a new adventure plate, which I should go and do at some point. With this character, by the way, not my main character. I remember making one, but once I used the Fantasia, it reset. Like, it just deleted that thing, so... Or at least I think so. I don't know, suddenly it was gone. I think I still have the portrait there. That's them done. New difficulty rank unlocked as we level up and learn Raise. Nice. Can I get any? Yes, I can. Yes, we can. And I also get to fight the tree slugs and the goblin hunters. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. This, my friends, is a true gameplay of ffXIV. Constantly spamming the same button to kill this slug. Can I take a look at portraits in the middle of battle? I can. Yes, this is indeed. Or have I made an adventure plate? Oh, I have. Oh, I see. It'd be nice to other people. I still need to find a better little thing to write down over there. Oh boy, nice. Could still manage to dodge that. I think bomb toss also stuns you, so getting hit by that is a little bit of a pain. Not gonna lie. God dang it. Stop throwing bombs at me! Don't you know how dangerous those are? I find very interesting how the goblins, like my view of the goblins in this game change. Just in general, it changes over the course of the game. That's an interesting little experience. Let's go and kill these tree slugs, so that we may unlock our next difficulty rank. The thing is, I could technically cut stuff like this out. That is true. I've been thinking about that a little bit. But this happens like very rarely. Because at the moment there's like no dungeons happening, so I can't really do stuff Well, the thing is, I could do stuff off camera, but whatever, man. I'm showing you the authentic experience. Let's see. Central Shroud, Central East, so the Honey Yard. Wild Hoglet. More East Shroud. There's a lot of freaking East Shroud shenanigans. But there are also a lot of... yeah, they're also a pretty high level, so... Let's just begin with this and we'll see what I can do after this. Hello. You must be Lin. Brother Esimian sent word to expect you. It shall be my pleasure to instruct you on the patterns of gusts and gales. Now, how to proceed? Pray forgive my hesitation. It was but recently that I attained the title of hearer, and, well, you are my first student. Ah yes, I believe I have a suitable task for you. To the east of Sweetbloom Pier, there is a small spring, giving rise to a pool. Go there and clear the air of the honeybee swarms, which lately took up residence in the area. You seem uncertain. Perhaps you wonder at the connection between my request and the subject of your study. I sympathize, Lin. But trust me, inexperienced though I may seem, this deed will deepen your understanding of wind. Will it now? As I run into a wall. Destination. The honeybee swarm. You sense a hostile presence. There we go. Congratulations, you did it! Welcome back, I take it to be so no more. Tell me, did you happen to notice many of the Valaking's preferred flowers in the vicinity of the spring? I ask because there were none. Strange then, is it not? That the bees should choose to congregate there. And what has caused this aberrant... how do you even say this? Aberrant behavior. Still your mind and reach out with your senses. Can you feel it? The path of the wind veers from its natural course, sweeping hapless creatures along in its wake. Something is playing havoc with the air currents. Such a disturbance bespeaks corruption. Return to the spring near Sweetbloom Pier and reach for pockets of corrupted air. Should you find one, use your powers of conjury to disperse it. Okay. Also, I have somebody... It's interesting now that I'm like connected to my friends in this game. When I'm playing my alt, it's interesting. Nice. Corrupted air. Oh, it's an instance. Purify the corrupted air. Ba-ba-da-ba. So there's a normal wind sprite and a tainted wind sprite. Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. More wind sprites. Oh my god. Oh my god. There we go. Well, I would like to say there we go, but... You should not face it alone. It's fine. Raw sludge. Huh. Hello, raw sludge. Casting arrow on me too. But not inflicting me with a dot, which is nice. There we go. And down it goes. Duty complete! Congratulations. You did it. Oh, I totally forgot that I have a job to do with, you know, doing this. Well done. The wind no longer keens its frustration. Let us return to full flower. Yay. These massive cutscenes. Gotta keep the immersion, you know. Right. I must apologize for exposing you to such danger. The corruption was greater than I anticipated, but it is through such trials that we flourish as conjurers. Narendon, what did you learn as you struggled with the air's grasp? You will doubtless have noticed that wind does not strike with the instant crushing force of earth. Instead, it torments one's form, dancing across every surface and leaving 1,000 tiny wounds in its wake. These are the agonies of erosion. Having experienced such pain, you are now intimately acquainted with wind's capacity for patient destruction. No land is a stranger to its power. When you stand under distant skies and feel the wind's familiar caress upon your skin, remember the lessons you have learned here this day. I suppose I should be grateful that this latest elemental disturbance manifested itself at such an opportune time. Only the gods know what I would have taught you had it not. Yet the growing frequency of such phenomena begins to concern me. While it is true that the calamity wrought much harm upon the Twelvewood, I suspect some other forces at work here. I bid you remain wary, Lyn. But enough of these ominous rumblings. I regret to say that your time with me is at an end. Return to Stilglade Fane and inform Brother Isumayan of your newfound mastery. Oh, and be sure to thank him for sending me such a willing first student. Okay. Doge. A bork, a bork, a bork. Right. Let us go to the Conjurer's Guild. Let me also go and see if I can... Okay, no. We're running. How loud we running? Alright, my boy. So look at that, cutscene. Well, kind of. Welcome back, Lyn. The elementals inform me that you have opened your ears to the voice of the wind. That is well. Having made allies of two elements, you are well on your way along the path of Conjury, though full comprehension of these forces will only come to you in the fullness of time. Be patient. As you seek to embrace nature more fully, so will nature hold you more closely. They made you study wind? Why bother? You don't need wind to heal things, whatever those dreary lessons tell you. Conjury is inextricably bound with nature, Sylphie. That dreary lesson is one you should have learned by now. I assume by your presence here that you have once again abandoned your tutors? You must understand, if you persist in casting spells without a proper knowledge. I have all the knowledge I need. My mother never needed to embrace nature to heal, and the people she helped were thankful for her art. I learned conjury the same way she did, and become just as great a conjurer you'll say. But I didn't come here to argue with you, Brother Isumi. I wanted to tell you that I've discovered how to cast rays. How? What were you thinking, girl? You know what you do, what you risk. You're meddling with forces beyond your comprehension. Should you even attempt to use that spell, I will have no recourse but to strip you of the name of conjurer and banish you from our halls. Do I make myself clear? Why must you be so angry with me? It's not as if I were trying to hurt anyone. But that's... Sylphie, my dear child, that is precisely the point. My apologies, Lyn. I hope you do not find these constant disruptions distracting. As you just heard, Sylphie's mother was also a conjurer who was unable to use any spells outside of the sphere of healing. Needless to say, Sylphie seeks to emulate her in every way. It is a rare and wondrous talent to heal without relying on the energies of nature, but such power is not born of true conjuring. By all that we know of the art, it should not be possible for Sylphie to cast rays. I shudder to think what would happen if she tried. I fear my inability to set her upon the true path reflects my own failings as a teacher. I'm only glad that those same feelings have not hindered you, whether it be with my help or in spite of it. I believe that you will become a fine conjurer already. You are blessed with great power, and more shall be yours, should you persevere with our art, as indeed I hope you shall. Yet however much you grow, however powerful you become, remember that ours is a power borrowed, not taken. Nod. Kane is better. Whatever. Oh, friggin' Quiff. Or, yeah, whatever. As I level up. Level up. As we learn lucid dreaming, so I was talking about this with my friends earlier this week, and I was wondering, like, I seem to remember when I originally played the game that lucid dreaming, that I didn't have lucid dreaming for the first couple of dungeons, which is actually true. It used to, like this spell, you used to unlock this at like level 24 or something, instead of, my god, that's horrifying. Give me my crown, please. Thank you. So yeah, it was really shitty because you really need lucid dreaming as a white mage. Right, or just as any healer really, because you use a lot of MP. Oh, that's Andapo. The next one's at level 15, which I, am not at yet. Let's go and turn myself back into an archer and go and talk to... What's her face? To Lei, or Lei. I'm just gonna call her Lei. Would you lie with me? And just forget the world. Hello. Well, you made short work of those targets, I must say. It seems you've learned to seek your prey without being preyed upon. Let's continue then. I have a mind to give you more practical experience, and we received a request just recently what I think will provide the perfect opportunity. It seems three slugs and vultures have been congregating in ever-increasing numbers in the vicinity of the honey yard, causing no end of trouble for the locals. We have been tasked with culling the beast. This request comes direct from still Glade Fane. When the wood whalers and the god's quiver cannot spare the forces to attend to such matters, the conjurers often turn to us for help. And before you ask, there's good reason why they would rather not see to this particular task themselves. The creatures in question possess abilities which can cause problems for the magically inclined, but that's quite enough about conjurers' troubles. Luciane told you how to discern enemies' key traits, did you not? Well, now you'll need to do so while maintaining situational awareness, lest you be overrun. Consider this a comprehensive review of her lessons and my own. Your orders are as follows: head into the east route and there put down 8 3 slugs and 8 vultures, using all of the skills you have acquired thus far. Good hunting, Ling. Oh yay! That's fun. We also go and equip this thing. Go to the Lancers Guild and maybe get myself another freaking thing. Damnable dusk whites, he says. Oh jeez. I've been expecting you, Lyn. By your return, I trust you now understand the importance of resolve. Like one's flesh, courage can be made strong. It is a matter of training of its aspects. Whatever. Now the endeavor may prove difficult in the beginning. God knows how much I struggled. You may suffer untold humiliation and more frustration than you can bear, but you must persevere. Whenever you engage an opponent, whether in training or in earnest, make a conscious effort to fight with composure and resolve. Over time, doing so will become second nature, and you will acquire such courage as you have never thought could be yours. Mind you, not all battles entail a physical clash of might. It could simply be a disagreement born of a conflict in ideology. The point is, it matters not what battlefield you stand upon, so long as you take care to be composed and resolute, your courage will grow. Did that make any sense? Even a little? I fear I cannot hold a candle to Guildmaster Ewain, but if there is aught I can do to assist in your training... What was that? Something is afoot in the training area. I was wondering why the cutscene thing was there. And you call yourself Lancers? Pathetic. You are next to Guildmaster. Arm yourself and face me. Refuse and all will know that you are no true Lancer. Say what you will. I'm above provocation. Craven to the last man. Ah, but what have we here? Wait, she is but a novice. That makes no odds to me. You yourself admitted her to your ranks, did you not? Very well. I shall withdraw for now. Yet know that only the fearless are fit to wear the mantle of Lancer. I look forward to measuring your worth in the days to come. There's not more to see. Return to your drills. Balls. Freaking chat blocking is annoying. Right. Hello. Then, you made no attempt to evade his thrust. Did your opponent so unnerve you as to deprive you of your senses? Well, it is of little consequence now. You need pay no further heed to our uninvited guests, lest you wonder it is not uncommon for challengers to come pounding on our door, seeking to test our mettle. For now, dedicate yourself to tempering the two aspects of courage and composure to bring the sum of your strength and skill to bear against your foes, and the resolve to attack when fear would stay your hand, as befits a Lancer. When next we meet, I shall have another trial for you, one that will put you and your one that will put your courage to the test. Until then, continue to apply yourself to your training. Farewell, then. Right. Now we get this custom-made freaking scale mail, which looks pretty dang decent, but statistically is kind of shitty. So I'm just gonna go and get this. Ba ba ba. I go and get this. No water upgrade. Okay. Ah, Lynn, I swear you have gained an ilm around the arms since last we spoke. It is plain you have not been idle. In our previous lesson, you learned the Lancer's definition of courage, and how you might go about tempering its two aspects. Today we will find out if your efforts have borne fruit. I see, you have come prepared for battle, that is well. I see you have become... Oh, whatever. Your next trial will place you in the midst of a throng of enemies. In such a situation, one might be attacked from any direction, making it difficult to respond appropriately. Furthermore, the likelihood of being surrounded is not as high. Will your resolve bear the weight of uncertainty? Will your composure hold when the odds are stacked against you? We shall soon find out. Should you overcome this trial, what courage you already possess will be further tempered. Now heed me well, for this is what you must do. I would have you travel to Naked Rock, where the Annals, yeah sure, claim dominion. At the summit of the rock is a sacred artifact, the Stone of Courage. You must claim it and bring it back to me. If you are to reach your destination, you will need to negotiate a path through whole packs of flesh-eating scaleskin. Make no mistake, the creatures are intimidating foes. To stride into the midst of so many would ask much of any Lancer's courage. But given time and no small amount of perseverance, I'm confident you will prove equal to the task. Right, Naked Rock. That's where, like, a fate can happen to. Alright. Time to fly, sugar. Oh, honey, honey. A mother scorned. Or just revenant things. My baby green. Is there any achievement in here? No, okay. I still find it amazing that I managed to run into Odin. It's so cool. Right. You sense a hostile presence! Also, I don't know when this happened, but I learned Bloodbath. Which I think I explained earlier, but might as well explain it again. It just... Well, actually, the skill explains itself. Converts a potion of physical Portion of a potion, yeah, no, a portion of physical damage into HP. So you can use it if you want to heal yourself in very tight situations. Congratulations, you obtained the false stone of courage. Ah, you heard me right, false. What does that say about your courage, I wonder? Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Falcus. Sure. We had the pleasure of meeting at the Lancers Guild, if you recall. On that occasion, I turned my weapon upon you, and you betrayed not a hint of fear. It was in that instant that I sensed you were unlike the others, that you had promise. And so to the present. In its current state, the trial in which you are engaged, if trial it may be called, makes a mockery of the Lancer's art. Needless to say, this cannot be tolerated. And so I have taken the liberty of moving the Stone of Courage to a more suitable location. It now resides in the depths of Spirit Hold, under the guard of fell fiends. A far more fitting challenge, as I'm sure you will agree. Whether or not you attempt to retrieve the stone is for you to decide. If you fear for your safety, I suggest you run back to the guild and bemoan the world's frightfulness to the many brave souls who cowered there. Ywain will doubtless consider it a supremely courageous act. Yet know that a Lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Right. Off we go, the Spirit Hold. Which is an area that you really don't need to go to, otherwise. If you have flying unlocked, instead of like going through the tunnels and all that jazz, you can just fly in from over here. I think you can even like fly in from over here somewhere, right? Yeah. Right, now where did he put it? There it is. Let me also go and put a bloodbath somewhere else for a moment. I guess over here. Ba-dum. True thrust. There we go. The enemy is still about. That is wrong, game. The enemy was already dead. Alright. Cool. I guess I'll go and... I guess I'll go and finish this quest, and then we're gonna go and go to the east route, do the next archery quest. Or, actually, yeah, sure. I'll just go and get this stuff over here, do the archery quest, and in the meantime get every enemy that I would need to beat in the east route for my hunting log. My god, I'm so like used to going to Gridania and then going over here to go to the marketplace. I just subconsciously go there. Meep. Oh, we running. Hello. So you have returned. Tell me, were you able to obtain the Stone of Courage? A heavy stone used by the wood whalers for training with the lads. Yes, this is indeed the stone, though it is in rather worse condition than last I saw. What happened at Naked Rock? The Lancer who but recently threatened you moved the stone to Spirit Hold. No content with trespass and slander. The brazen fool now meddles with our training. Seven hells. This is not to be borne. Listen well, Lyn, though I do not doubt that you know better, my duty as Guildmaster compels me to state the obvious. Heed not that man's words. That a Lancer's courage can only be forged in the midst of great danger is vainglorious stripe. As you have already learned, a Lancer's courage is the product of composure and resolve. Be under no misapprehension, watchfully navigating the Anoles, or Annals, whatever, territory served to temper your courage in a manner that blindly braving the terrors of Spirit Hold did not. As you continue your training, pray keep the lesson of this trial close to your heart. Right. Heart letter Caligay. There we go. Right. That is the best stuff I can wear. Now then, let us go to the East Shroud. Let me go and do the... I'm going to beat the enemies that I need to beat with my archer. My archer. And then we'll go and look for all the enemies that I need. all of the many enemies that I will need to beat. Or I would definitely say a lot of enemies. But it's not as much as, you know, 8 of these. I still hate that. Who thinks of this? Oh well, we're in a realm reborn. We're in the beginnings of the game. Oh, there, I can also go and beat these lemurs. Lemurs, or lemurs, or there we go. May as well. More XP for me. And once I reach a certain level, I'm also going to be able to do things. Yes. Yeah. Once I reach a certain level, I'll be able to wear my dungeon gear, which is a hell of a lot stronger than my other gear. You know, one thing that I always find kind of fascinating about bows, it's like the flexibility of a bow. If you look at this bow, how it's being pulled back, I guess it's fine. No, with this one, it's already pretty like noticeable. It's just something crazy, man. I'm ridiculously interested in like weapons and all that jazz. Weapon design and how they work and all that jazz. But with weapons, I mean like old weapons, by the way, not modern weapons, really. Not too interested in guns or any of the sort. I'm more interested in, like, actual, well, I guess, like, more physical weapons, I would say. Melee, maybe not, like, melee specifically, because I also like bows, which isn't really a melee weapon. It's interesting. I just don't really care much for modern weaponry. Old weaponry is just cooler, in my opinion. But that is just that, my friends, my opinion! Really? I only needed to beat one of these, what's the point, Jesus. There we go. Let's continue with our vulture murdering. And then I also have a treant to beat. A treant sapling. I love these enemies' designs. This game is like one of the things that I always like in a lot of games too. Like I like weapon design, and then I also really like weapon and armor design, and then I also really enjoy enemy design. The way that certain enemies look is just amazing. At the moment, like, nothing is too outlandish, I would say. But, like, in later expansions, you run into enemies that you're like, whoa, that's pretty cool. Or that's pretty crazy, too. Alright. Man, having to beat 8 of these is so stupid. Who thinks of this? I swear. My god. It's really stupid. I'm sorry, Square Enix, but I think this is pretty dang stupid. At least, as far as I'm aware, the job quests become a lot more bearable later on. A lot more interesting, let me say it like that. There we go. I leveled up. Okay, only wow, that's a lot of like one enemy that you need to beat. What the hell is happening? More slugs. More! More! It was also a pretty good idea for me to at some point like start cutting out all of the hunting log stuff that I do, because it takes a hell of a lot of time. Surprisingly, honestly. Didn't expect the hunting log to be one of the things that I would spend the most amount of time on. But to my surprise, I spent a surprising amount of time on it. Right. There we go. Now I need to go and beat another lemure. Over here. They should have respawned by now, yep. Then I'll need to see what I can... if I can equip some upgrades or not. Because I'm not sure if it's level 15 or level 16. Whoa, that's a lot of XP. Hey, it's level 15. There we go. So we now have the foe striker gear. Which is pretty freaking snazzy. Right, so that's in Central Shroud. Central Shroud. Need to fight some wild hoglets. And some stuff in the 9 IVs. Right. I know about the hoglets. They do be over here. Man, I was really hoping that like equipping this gear would give me massive amounts of extra damage. But yeah. The answer to that is no. The thing that would actually increase my power by a lot is like a Ponderous Bow, for instance. Which of course I don't have because I don't grab such low level weapons. Here's the thing. My inventory is already a mess, so I try to not grab anything unnecessary. With the emphasis on, I try. Let me go and extract the materia from these things. Because I am probably still gonna need them, I don't know quite yet. This should be the final one. Wow. Nice name, buddy. Right. Oh! Says the wild hoglet. Okay. Let us go over to the 9 IVs. Giant Gnat, Raptor Poacher, and then also the wild boars in the bramble patch. You know, I never really thought that I would be able to like reach a point in this game where I would actually be able to remember a lot of enemies, like the enemy locations. It's like the same as in Xenoblade Chronicles, where I know the enemy locations, or in any case, a lot of them. Where I'm like, this name, oh yeah, they're over there. I'm like, okay. In moments like these, I notice that I spent a lot of time on games. But I do not regret it, at least not too much. I've learned to embrace what I like to embrace, joy, and to just do whatever the hell I want. To a certain degree, of course. There are still responsibilities that you can't really like go ignore because you want to do something else. There we go. That is the gnats done. And now we have some fairy fingers. Some fairy fingers. I could technically start queuing up for a dungeon if I want to, but I'll just wait for now. I think I just want to clear like all of the enemies in this area, and then we'll go and then I think I'll start queuing up, because then all of my jobs will be level 15-ish. Then I can start doing those dungeons. He's slapping me. Ow. The pain! There we go. Right. So, that leaves me with... Raptor Poachers. Raptor Poachers in the 9 IVs. I think... yeah, they're over here. Do you remember these enemies? I do now. So we also got Quick Knock, which is our AoE. 110 damage to all enemies in a cone in front of you. Honestly, one of the best things about being an archer in the early game is just having an AoE. A lot of the DPS don't have AoEs in the early game, so this is a welcome thing to have. There we go. That one. I was thinking for a second, like, please let there be enough. And yes, indeed, there was. There we go. Okay, and that now leaves me with the wild boars in the bramble patch. And then we are done with all of the enemies in the East Road. Then we can move on to greener pastures. Also, can I wear, like, anything new, yes? Okay. No, I can't do that during combat, right? I forget about that. There we go. Just going to equip that one. How many do I need? 4 again. 4 is the magic number in this game. Diseased treant. Ah, my allergies. Oh. It's still the best sound. I don't know why. Don't ask me why I like the sound of these hawks dying, or boars in this case. Simply boring. There we go. The final one. As he uses boost. And there we go. As we level up yet again. Or no, we don't. Okay. Right. There we go. That's all of that done. Let's go and switch to my Lanza. My Lance. Central, east. So I need to fight more hoglets, mandragoras, lemures, a boring weevil, fungors, giant gnats, boar poachers, the gorlins, black bats, and that's it. Okay. Let's go and deal with the mandragoras then. Which I should be able to find. Well, I can find everything everywhere. Really. I guess I can begin with the lemures. Whenever I say like lemures, I have to think of the freaking of the Reaper quest. But yeah, it's gonna take a little bit before we get to that, that's for sure. That's like level 70 content right there. Didn't even know these weevils were over here. Let's see. Do we need to beat 3 of you? Yes. And fortunately for me, there's only 2 of you. So I guess I'll just go and deal with the mandragores. The cute little mandragores. Time to stab them. Yes. Okay, that's all. As we level up, and I can now wear my level 15 gear. Let's go and kill a tree. And some more hoglets. Actually, fighting like hogs or boars with a spear makes... I guess like with a spear and also with a bow makes sense. In any case, the Lancer hits harder, so that makes us go by a little bit faster. With the emphasis on a little bit. Not a lot faster, just a little. Really have to beat 3 of these tree and saplings? Interesting maneuver. Let's level up. Do I have like a spear? The long stuff one, okay. Why did I... Force of habit. To just start killing things. Right. So I still need to go and fight another weevil. And then the fungors, gnats, boar poachers, and the other crap. Just fighting good old everything. There we go. Time to kill some gnats. Sure is boring around here. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw the boring weevil. Not gonna lie, this is not like the most interesting content to watch, I suppose. But it gives you like a basic understanding of how some of these classes work. I feel like that's like most of the hunting log, like for XP, and also just to like make you get used and you can kind of like train with your like figuring out a rotation or whatever. Although using striking enemies is a lot better to figure out if you're doing your rotation, like to just test out rotation stuff. Honestly, the thing that this did for me, like hunting all these enemies and doing the fights and all that jazz, is that it really learned me to like control the game basically. Like the things that I'm doing right now with my keyboard, back in ye old days, I could not even imagine doing the maneuvers that I'm doing now. The buttons that I can reach now, compared to when I began playing, yeah. Sometimes I'm somewhat of a wizard myself. Right, we learned disembowel, because why not? So, disembowel. So, now we basically have like 2 paths that you can take. You first use True Thrust, and then you can use Vorpal Thrust for just damage, 250 damage. Or you can go to Disembowel, which will do only 210. However, it will give you Power Surge. And when you have Power Surge, it increases damage dealt by 30%. So the thing you basically want to do is switch between these two. Oh cool, 2 of them. Definitely what I wanted. So I get Power Surge to begin, and then I use Life Surge on my bigger attack to do a lot of damage. But I think you can do, like, depending on how far your... like, on how high of a level your Dragoon is at that point. I think you can do, like, 2, basically, like, damage rotations before your debuff, or your buff/debuff rotation ends. So, like, before the 30 seconds ends to your Power Surge. And these I think, so I've not been playing that much, like, high-level Dragoon, so... can't really tell right now. I need to go and fight some black bats and then the boar poachers. Boar poachers are over this way. I think in any case, no. I guess it must be this way then. Right. There's a couple of them in that entire group of enemies. That's already 3 enemies on me. Oh well. I'm a lancer. I can take it. There we go. Oh yay. Venomous bite. Cool, as if I needed to take even more damage. Ba-dum. There we go. How many do I need to beat? 3. I need... okay, I was about to say, I need to beat 3, but there are only 2. No, that's wrong. There are actually 3, which is pretty freaking nice, because... wouldn't be the first time that the game was like, okay, beat a certain amount of these enemies, but also wait for them to respawn. I'm like, oh, okay. There we go, this other person's going for the wolf poachers for Conjurer. I will come back to this at a later point. There we go. Yeah, yeet. Let's reach level 19. Nice. Cool, and now, last but not least, Conjurer. So, Sentinel Shrouds, Mandragoras, Boring Weevils, Fungors, Giant Gnats, Wolf Poachers, and Black Bats. Oh, I also forgot to do the Black Bats, so we're going to do those. Black Bats can be found around here. So I'm going to, I think, end it off over here, my friends, and off camera I'm going to level up, like I'm going to deal with the hunting log with my White Mage, or Conjurer. Because I've noticed that they're almost identical. And yeah, next episode we're going to go and continue with doing the job quests, and at that point we have reached a point where I'm going to start queuing up for dungeons and doing the hunting log and all that jazz in the meantime. So we're going to start cutting around a little bit more, and yeah, more like questing, less watching me do the hunting log. Goodbye.